Hello students, I welcome you all to this virtual learning platform. Now I would like to discuss Shankarrao Kharat's A Corpus in the Well, which is an extract taken from the author's autobiography, Taral Antaral. As you know, Indian society is particularly a very orthodox society. People do have their own beliefs and disbeliefs related to their social concerns, religious concerns, and other aspects of life. But when you think in the respect of society, social strata, and the kind of discrimination which was very much in practice over here, that was something really very inhuman. The present extract, which is titled as A Corpus in the Well, very effectively narrated by the author Shankarrao Kharat, and he mainly talks about his first-hand experience when he was there at his native village during the summer and personally witnessed the kind of inhuman treatment given to his father, Rama Kharat, whom he called Anna. Since he was working there as the customary village mahar, performing certain duties assigned, and sometimes it enumerates the risky and fatal duties as well. The present extract that we studied in detail gives you the picture of the discrimination of people based on their class. Somebody belonging to the lower class, somebody belonging to the upper class. They have their own social status. And the ill treatment given to the Mahar community or the Ramoji community or any other downtrodden communities of the society is the major concern of this extract from the autobiography. As all of us know that the kind of event that took place in the village, somebody committed suicide and the person got drowned into the deserted well. And as soon as the news spread in the village, the patil of the village, who was also the chief of the village, immediately reported the mahars on the village duty and a couple of Ramoshis also to be present on the spot and protect the dead body till the police from the headquarters come to the place. See, the kind of description that Shankar Rao Kharat made in the beginning seems to be a casual development, seems to be a kind of situational description. But as long as you get into the further development in the description, you start realizing the social strata, the social obligations, and the kind of discrimination which is very minutely presented by the author. Being the village Mahar, Rama Kharat, that is Anna, the father of the author, never denied his responsibility and duty. He was very prompt, punctual, and very dutiful as a whole. But the question arises when the constable, especially the head constable, ordered him to get into the well and put an effort to bring the body out of the well. Up till now, the reader also feels that these are the common routine proceedings. But see how the situation gets very hot the moment Rama Kharat, the father of the author, politely denied that he is not going to get into the well and bring out the body on the surface. Immediately, the situation became very critical. The head constable, the patil of the village, another constable as well, they started using abusive language, insulting language to Rama Kharat. And that was all happening because Rama Kharat belonged to the lowest of the low strata of the society. He was supposed to follow the orders of the chief of the village, the constable, and any other officers, if at all available. He was not supposed to open up his mouth. This extract actually discloses how the pathetic life of a village Mahar was encircled by the fatal consequences and situations. Though the head constable, having his authority in the region, the patil, who was the chief of the village, having his own authority in the village itself, and moreover, since he belonged to the upper caste, he has his own supremacy again in the social point of view. Whereas the Anna, that is the father of the author, Rama Kharat, being a Dalit, cannot even open his mouth. In the meantime, just go backward for a few minutes. You will come to know one more pathetic condition of a village Mahar. As I told you in detail, Shankar Rao Kharat brings a few bhakris from his home as prepared by his mother. Because his father got delayed, he could not come back home last night. The next day also, even till afternoon, he did not have anything. He was working empty stomach. So he got a couple of bhakris for him. But see the condition there. The officials, that is the constable and head constable, they reported or they came to the village. But they got late come to the well because they were having their food. But see the contradiction here. Anna, being a Dalit, could not eat a single handful full of food till the inspection is over. I'll go beyond that till the post-mortem is over. Here, there were a number of questions raising heads in the mind of Shankar Rao Kharat. As the son of the village Mahar, he was witnessing all that. And he thought that my father is also a human being. He also needs food. If at all he has to work a lot, he should also be provided with food. And whatever food stuff he got from his own home, as prepared by his mother, his father could not even have it. See the pathetic condition of the village Mahar. And when these points are being asked, Rama Kharat says, my dear son, you do not know how a village Mahar is supposed to live in the village and work in the village. You just follow me and keep quiet. Because Shankar Rao was insisting his father to have food. Shankar Rao was ready to stand over there near the well in order to protect the dead body. And in the meantime, Anna could have some food. But Anna was not doing it. Anna clearly denied. He said, unless all the proceedings are done over here, I cannot have food. Then Shankar Rao questioned. As the constable is having food, head constable is having food, the village chief also had his food and then came to the spot. Anna, why can't you have? Then Anna very politely replied to his son, that is the fortune, that is the destiny of a Mahar, an untouchable caste, a person always deprived from all human rights. In fact, Shankar Rao Kharat did not like this kind of development. Now you switch over to the another incident that happened. That is really very heart-touching. As I said, Anna already denied to jump into the well and bring out the body. But you know, the patir of the village, who was the chief of the village also, the head constable used abusive language, insulted Rama Mahar a lot, and literally forced him, after threatening him for several times, to jump into the village, and if at all he denied to do so, he should be ready to face the consequences. Here, the question arises that why did Rama Kharat deny to perform the duty? And there was a simple logic in his mind. Very politely he said that if at all I get into the well, bring the dead body out of the well, and the relatives, the akins of the dead body, come and object. And if at all the corpus belongs to the upper caste, and if the upper caste people or the relatives of the dead person object, that why did Rama Kharat touch the dead body of the person, then he will be in a critical condition tomorrow. And if you see logically, since he was very much aware of the social discrimination in the society, his logic behind the denial, depending on the circumstances of the village, the situation in the village, the orthodox system in the village, seems to be acceptable. And one has to accept, even the police constable or the head constable, even the patil of the village. But they wanted the job to be done at the earliest and go away from the place back to their headquarters. Anyhow, they wanted to get rid of the job. And that's why they forced Rama Kharat to jump into the well, bring the corpus to the surface, and his denial to do so really presents the social conflict out of the social discrimination is revealed in front of the readers. Already I talked about the social stratas in our society. And since this situation belonged to the British era, when British ruled over the country till 15th of August 1947, so this incident belongs to the British Raj. The police head constable had a lot of authority and power concentrated in this position. Village Patil, being the chief of the village, also considered to be an influencing person. So because of their own influence in the power and authority, they were trying to dominate Rama Kharat and compelling him to follow their orders and instructions. They mentally tortured Rama Kharat. They were ready to even humiliate him. And if at all Rama Kharat would have extended to his limits, probably they might have manhandled him also. But Rama Kharat had a logic of his life as well. He knew how long he can protest for himself. How long could he really continue with a denial mode? And finally, when he realized that when his son was getting into the picture, the head constable were threatening him to beat the son right in front of all of them there. Anna thought that if at all he is not going to follow the orders of the police head constable and the patil, the situation may be worsened. It will go beyond his control then, and the tension will also automatically raised in the course of time. So finally, he got ready to get into the well. He removed his clothes. First of all, observed the structure of the well, because that was a deserted well. Most of the part of the well was about to, fall. It was almost on the way to destruction. And then he started getting down into the well with the help of a rope. He was about to get in. Shankar Rao had a glance on the snake which was found there in the well, and Shankar Rao loudly called his father and informed about the snake over there. See, another incident is also very important. What was that? Shankar Rao himself noticed a snake. All the people, those who gathered over there, they started peeping into the well. Many of them might have seen the same snake as it was seen by Shankar Rao. Rama Kharat, before getting into the well and the water, he also tried to see the best of his own security. But see, the contradictory remarks made by the Patil, he was insisting Rama to get into the well, and he was trying to justify that is not a snake, that is just a reptile, and that is not harmful at all. It means the work is more important for the village chief and to the police head constable, and the life of Rama Kharat has no value at all. The dead body becomes more important, not the life of Rama Kharat. Removing the dead body to the surface is more important, not the life of Rama Kharat. This sort of contradiction can be seen in the statements which were made by the Patil of the village. What does it indicate? It indicates that the people of the high community, I mean to say the upper caste, higher caste people, have no mercy for the downtrodden. The evils of casteism is predominantly displayed in this extract. How the upper caste people forcing the lower caste to do whatever they want. The seeds of casteism are deeply rooted in Indian society, my dear. There are several obligations on the people belonging to the downtrodden class. Here, in this soil, we have seen, or even if you turn the pages of the history, you will find that the obliged section of society live a very different life. The people belonging to the downtrodden classes were living their lives as if they were the slaves of the upper caste. And this particular extract that we have been studying, titled as a Corpus in the Well, gives you the picture of the social evils. It gives you the picture of social discrimination. It gives the description of the kind of inhuman treatment given to the people of the lower caste. And ultimately, I come to a conclusion that the story, instead of calling it a story, it is an extract from the autobiography titled as Corpus in the Well. It basically focuses on the injustice done to the Mahars and Ramoshis, the kind of inhuman treatment given to the people of the lower caste. And if you really minutely get into the finer details of all these, you will find that the humiliation on the ground of the caste discrimination is one of the vibrant aspect of this particular extract. Thematically, simply you can say, social discrimination is the crux of this extract. It highlights Shankar Rao Kharat as a son of the family, personally observing the inhuman treatment given to his father, who was very honest, committed, and dutiful to his service to the village as a village Mahar. But unfortunately, he was badly treated by the authorities. So the suppressed indignation of the revolutionary mind of Shankar Rao Kharat, really created a kind of commotion of thoughts in his mind about the status of his people, about the status of the community, about his own status as the son of this family, and he kept on speculating the matter further. Here, we can also see one more theme, the theme of the filial gratitude that we have seen in the mind of Shankar Rao Kharat for his father, Rama Kharat. We also can see one more theme here, that is the father-son relationship. That is also an effective theme of this particular extract. But these are the sub-themes, I would say. The most important aspect of this extract is social discrimination and inhuman treatment given to the downtrodden. And this is to be, analyzed based on this particular central idea. So this is what we learned from this extract, A Corpus in the Well, written by Shankar Rao Kharat, taken from his own autobiography, Taral Antaral. In Marathi, it is called Taral Antaral. So I'll just put a full stop here and see you again in the next class. Thank you very much.